What's up? What's up, y'all? Jay Brinson here. Named after my daddy, look like my mama. Got the rare, different scenery here. We on the way to Topeka. Got to get some dinner or got to make that smile look good. You feel me? Feel me? Now I'm here with the senior himself, Mr. Zebediah Brinson, number 3, Rock Creek, St. George, in between Wamego and Manhattan.
I'm about to go level up. I cannot settle for nothing. I never been regular. Always knew I could do better. I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back. They didn't see all the time that I put in. Me and the money are way too attached. Still repping 919. The city is mine and I put.
We're picking up. We're after the Flurry on Flush. That was a wonderful tournament for you guys, Zeb, huh? You guys took the championship.
Yeah. Played some good teams. Played some decent sized school teams too.
Got a ton of minutes. I mean, because you guys were playing back to back to back, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
Running around, having fun. Bueller, Eudora, and then finished up with Hayes. Just real quickly, out of those games, what was one of maybe a favorite moment or favorite part of that experience? Being it was the first.
Favorite moment. I mean, there was a couple in there, but favorite moment might be just going crazy on the bench during the Eudora game because it was a close game, and so when we took that lead towards the end of the game, and we're all going crazy on the bench and stuff.
That's what's up. That's an interesting statement, going crazy on the bench. And I bring that up because going into the first game of the new year of the 2026, you didn't play. Give us an update on why you didn't play versus Concordia.
So I didn't play versus Concordia because I was jumping on a trampoline during winter break, and I went to do a backflip, slipped, and landed on my neck and back, and I messed it up for a little bit.
Okay. I'll say that's interesting because, and this is one thing I haven't told you enough, but I told Dre this in the last interview, last review. If you guys haven't seen that, go back and check that out. The Mr. Andre Allen, the special guest we had, but he talked about your celebrations. And that's one thing I told him. I said, man, you don't give him enough credit for that. Zeb typically is one of the first people off the bench, dabbing guys up in timeouts, or something big happens. He's throwing up the 3 side.
I'm glad you said that. I don't tell him that enough, but he celebrates a lot on the bench.
Yeah.
He's a good. I think he's a good teammate.
By the way, what does this mean, Zeb, when you guys do this?
O board, OB Nation, O board Nation, and so like me, Hudson, Dylan, Pendle, and Brock all came up with it since we're the second five. And Smitty was like, there's one thing that we don't do very well on, or there's a trend that we don't do very well on, and that's O boards. And so we were like, oh, we might as well just be the O board team. Try to go get as many O boards as we can.
So you heard it here first. You see that, you guys start doing that's O board Nation. I mean, when I'm hearing that, I'm talking about offensive rebounds.
Yep,
O board Nation. I love it. I'm going to implement that at with the 7th graders there at Rock Creek. But going back to the celebration thing, you should have been, if you guys are watching, you see the clips, right, of just the celebrations. Obviously most of these are of Zeb, but just the team really gets after it. I've seen quite a few different celebrations over my time, but I tell you, just watching these guys get after it and support, you can really see that there's a low of ego in a sense. Like, okay, these guys are out there doing their thing, and I'm gonna play my part, and I'm gonna celebrate. So an and one, a big shot. As he said, they were going nuts against Eudora because it was a close game. That Concordia game was really close too. I mean, it was probably the closest of all of them. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the game, we thought we were gonna like, cause it was first game off Christmas winter break, and so and we just came off that win on in that tournament, and we're thinking, okay, we're on a roll, and so I guess that game humbled us more than it did. Uh, like it, yeah, it humbled us and like lit a fire under us to, oh, we haven't won nothing yet, and so we just got to keep going.
That's a good way to think about it. You really haven't won anything yet. It was good to get those championships, but the season's still going. If you guys don't know, last year these guys lost in state to McPherson, so basically came in second place. I would believe that's on anyone's goal board, to like, hey, we're going to return back to state and then finish the job. And so to win a midseason tournament is good. I'm sure it highlighted some things that they need to work on, and then they come into Concordia and then they get hit in the gut. But as they have been doing, they responded. So that's great on their part. So Zeb, I got a couple questions for you. Who would you say your biggest cheerleader is?
Um, I'd have to say Ayana.
Ayana. Who is the team biggest cheerleader?
I might have to say Brian Martini.
Brian Martini, the Martini dad. Okay, my guy gets me riled up too, man. He makes me excited to watch the game. Is there a such thing as too much celebrating?
No, I don't think so.
Not at all. Okay. Now, as we begin to land this plane on this episode, we just want to go over the Abilene game. Now, that was your first game back. What
Yes.
stood out to you most about that game?
What stood out to me was I honestly thought it was going to be uh, a little bit more competition, but like the competition was there, but we had a good offensive and defensive game, and so it made it seem a little easier than it could have been.
Okay. All right. Any highlights from that you want to tell the people about?
Yeah. So there is, I think it's the end of the third quarter, and there's 2.2 seconds on left on the clock, and the Abilene shooting free throws, and he misses the second one. Hudson grabs the ball, passes it to me, and it may or may not have been after the buzzer, but I threw it from the opposite free throw line, and I made it. Backboard went in, going crazy. Everybody.
It was nuts, and it was actually the lane line before the free throw line. So yeah, I'm throwing it in there because I'm his dad. The fish was this big, and tomorrow the fish is that big. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. But it was definitely three-quarter court. I'm sitting there with Tori and a few other people, and then he throws it, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. Why'd he throw it? Maybe I'm thinking. And then if you've been in the gym, there's a drop net that's in it. If they want to run two courts in there for tournaments, it almost clipped that, but it cleared. But so I'm still interested, right? You're still engaged. This is all going through my mind as it's flying, and you just follow it, and it goes in, and it just before the buzzer or after, but it doesn't matter. The freaking shot goes in, and everyone just goes nuts. Ah! And at the day, you're like, oh, they rooting for your boy. But more incredible than that is like he made a freaking shot from three-quarters court, right? And so, yeah, obviously you can see it there in the film that it's we're playing it over and over.
Yeah.
But it was just fun to see, And he had his moment. Dude's height, jumping up, chest bumping, people doing like this here, announcer, Zeb Brinson with us. You heard it all on back roads broadcasting. So was a very a neat experience. And, you kind of hope you don't ever need to have to do one of those, but just in case, he's got the experience. So as we close this episode, Zeb, how is your back doing as you go into this second week of games, and how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Went to the chiropractor a couple times. got myself readjusted, got me feeling better. So I'm back's doing good.
Well, that's review number 5. All right. Shout out to Keaton Chiropractics. Go ahead and slide us some NIL money so we can keep these going and get them out there more. That's review number 5. We look forward to giving you guys review number 6.
I keep on